Okay, so hi everyone, and we are happy to present to you the Legal and Financial Implementation Challenge for Fund 9. This is the first funding round for this challenge, and we hope to see this challenge in the future funding rounds, as we believe these kinds of services are needed in the Catalyst community. Let's start off with the challenge question and why it is important. So the question is, how can we build effective solutions to explore and provide legal and financial services and support to funded proposals? The goal here is to support funded proposals and to find out what they need support with. And this is important because when receiving funds, many emerging projects in Catalyst face legal and financial issues which block them from moving forward. In some cases, project may not expand to avoid the legal responsibility that come with expanding. We have situations also with stablecoin and exchange rates. So this is also topics for to talk, yeah. Success for this challenge will be direct access to solution which provide financial and legal services, support and guidance to emerging project in Catalyst ecosystem. This can happen in the proposal writing phase. Proposals could already include the services in their budget item, or this could happen after voting phase when proposals get funded. Funded proposals would make use of services or project created by this challenge. This was basic introduction to challenge. And we will focus on the topics and have Q&A after each topic. Huh? Okay, so from the proposal perspective, this challenge can be approached with the following in mind. Number one, what does the community need? There has been a lot of talk in Funding 7 on how to do taxes on funds received from Catalyst. This is clearly a hot topic and very much needed services in the community. As a proposer, it will help to know of the services that are currently in demand. Number two, can this be used anywhere in the world? As we are part of global community, it is essential that we regard projects from all over the world and try to find solution for all of them. Number three, let Catalyst incentivize the proposers in the challenge to provide these solutions and services to funded proposers for free. This will ease some of the workload and responsibilities of projects and help them focus more on their project. Number four, look for opportunities to collaborate. Sharing information and ideas will accelerate growth and bring more great ideas. So actually, if you have any questions for now, yeah, maybe we can answer them. If not, we can go further, and after all presentation, we can also discuss a little bit. Huh? Oh, someone raised hand.
Matthew.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I'm walking on the street here, and it's a little noisy maybe, but is the purpose of this challenge to get legal and accounting and financial services individuals to propose their businesses, or is it for projects who need legal help to come here and ask for money for legal help?
Yes, it's for funded projects in Catalyst that need financial or legal help. That's what we, for this challenge might evolve, but that's what we focused on for this funding round. So if you have a project that's built on Cardano, I suppose you can also put a proposal in here for legal fees. I know there are other projects that's going to propose in here that's got legal fees, but the main focus is to support funded projects that need help with legal fees or financial help. Does that answer your question?
I suppose you won't necessarily see then law firms or accounting firms or consultants put in proposals here to work with multiple projects. Is that not
No,
something that could
you
happen?
will. That's also a possibility. So if they can offer a service to Catalyst projects, then they can write a proposal here. So if they wanna create a contract that they provide to the community for free, they can write a proposal to be incentivized to do the work and then provide this contracts to the community for free. That's one example. So you'll definitely see legal and accountants, lawyers and accountants, yeah.
Okay. I think that we can go a little bit further. So we have slide from the CEO perspective. The challenge can be approached with the following in mind when assessing proposals. Number one, does the proposal address a problem that needs to be solved? Solutions that are in demand should be priority, but we should also consider solutions that aim to solve future problems. Number two, proof of skills. Legal services and solutions require experts, and this will be important information to include in proposals. Number three, success KPIs, since there and services. In this challenge, it should be easy to measure the success and of these projects. Proposals in this challenge should be clear KPIs. Number four, clear description of the problem and solution. When dealing with financial and legal issues, clarity is important. Okay. There are 4 challenge KPIs for this fund. This is the first time we have this challenge, so these KPIs will change in the next fund round based on the proposals we get in Fund 9 and how the demand shifts in the community for these services. The KPIs are as follows. How many funded proposals will make use of the solution or service? The more needed are services, the more projects will make use of it. Is the new service or solution mutualistic to funded proposals? The new proposal service was created because of the need for it. The need comes from the community. The funded proposal gets the service for free and Catalyst pays the service provider. Both the project and service provider increase productivity and growth in Catalyst. How scalable is the new proposed solution or service? If it is service, can it be offered to thousands of people? Can these services or solution be used anywhere in the world? We are part of the global community, and it is essential that we regard projects from all over the world and try to find solutions for all of them. There are already projects in Catalyst providing some of the services and solutions described in this challenge. Our project, for instance, Treasury Guild, has been active since Fund 7. We have been providing treasury work for a few projects, and we have received a lot of praise from our clients for the metadata we provide in the transactions we make. Another example is the teaming agreements proposal that got funded. They created a shared documents for the whole community to use. This challenge was ranked 4th of all challenges voted for in Fund 8. The community clearly sees a need for this challenge. The one challenge we will face is getting more people to propose in this challenge. There is a demand for these services and solutions, but there is a lack of service provides and solutions. We need to find a way to bring them to Catalyst. So if you're looking for propose in this challenge and want to stay up to date on any upcoming events, if you have any questions, please join our Telegram group, or you can also contact us with these links.
Let me show, I'm going to share the slides in the chat.
Yeah, okay.
Any questions about, any more questions about the challenge? So I think one other thing, one other possible way lawyers and accountants can approach this is if there is a project in Catalyst that needs support with legal fees or accounting, the lawyer or the accountant can approach the project and they can be listed as a budget item in the project. So I think then you can propose in other challenge and other challenges. So if you're creating a DAP, the proposal will be in DAPs, but there will be a budget item for the lawyer if there's legal fees. So that's another approach lawyers can take if they, because the budget in this challenge is small, but yeah, I don't know if you're going to have that much proposals this fund. We'll see.
Do you remember what the budget proposal, I mean, what it is? I can't remember.
Yeah,
You wrote it, so I expect you to remember.
$500,000.
Thank you.
What else is there?
I don't know. Are you guys starting to, I don't know if there's like a Discord on this specifically. I don't know.
Yes, let me, we have a Telegram channel.
Telegram. You guys gonna make me get on Telegram?
I suppose you can start a Discord, yo.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying, I'm just complaining. I hate having to pull up another thing. I'm so lazy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say lazy. I can very easily get unfocused. So I like to just deal with like one or two things.
Yes. I'm gonna share it anyway, the Telegram,
Thanks.
but
And are you all starting to talk to people about like potential like I guess because like for instance I sat in on one of these yesterday and they were talking about like partnerships are important or something like that, and so like the potential for people to create partnerships in this space. Like I'm not sure if maybe you want to speak to that, like giving us best practices, especially for us who are like kind of still new to Catalyst.
yes. I think, yeah, that's also need to be, we try to collaborate with someone, but we haven't found, I think the best way is if you just spend time in the community and get to know people. That's how we made our first connections. Because we tried to approach strangers and I don't know, it didn't go that well. But as we get to know people, then we start building relationships, and that's how we started collaborating. That's how we did it. So that's one approach.
Well, like for instance, for the project that I would like to do, it would be really helpful for me to talk to other lawyers in other jurisdictions. Like I'm in the US.
Okay.
So
Well,
like, okay.
I think just being in, if you join this Telegram, there's already one lawyer I know of. So we can introduce you to her.
Okay, I will get on Telegram just for you.
Okay, cool. And I can send you her details as well. She is in France, I think. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, so there's already someone. That's cool. Are there any other? Florin, what do you do? I know you're also in the Telegram. You're muted.
Hi guys, yeah, sorry for being muted. So yeah, my background is in legal and regulatory services, and now I'm just trying to figure out what kind of ideas and what kind of implementations people are looking forward to in this challenge. I'm just trying to understand the whole concept and seeing, you know, how you can build bridges between the traditional financial and regulatory world and the Cardano space. So I'm still processing all the information that I'm getting here, and still trying to understand Cardano. I've been a CA in Fund 7, and I plan on being a PA in Fund 8. But I'm not sure if I'm still at the stage where I can propose things. I obviously have a lot of ideas in my head about what kind of things are needed, but I think at this point, from my point of view, of somebody who could maybe, you know, sits between these two worlds, the most important would be maybe to have some sort of feedback from proposers themselves and see what kind of pain points they have and what kind of information they need. I obviously have a one idea that you've mentioned it earlier, that you know, information on tax and accounting services when it comes to funds received from Cardano. But that's a very deep rabbit hole in my opinion, because it depends a lot on which country you are and what kind of laws and regulations you're faced with. So yeah, I'm still trying to find the best way to approach this.
That is something that came up a lot last fund. A lot of people talked about it. So I think it would be great if someone starts doing work on that. Maybe we can do like a poll to see where most people are in Catalyst that needs this, and then maybe start working in that country.
Yeah. So from my point of view, it would be very useful if maybe at least a part of the budget from this fund goes towards some sort of mapping exercise in which you understand where the proposers are coming from, maybe some individual discussions with them, and having some qualitative information that you can then disclose to more parties involved, and also some sort of maybe you know, door-to-door efforts in which you try and raise awareness into the legal world and try to explain to some companies that funding is available for this kind of services if they're reaching out towards the Cardano community, because right now I think the awareness is not that big, and yeah, it's very important to build bridges.
Yeah, that's why I hope this challenge will be voted for again, because we can evolve it to start including those, creating awareness. So that is very important, because yeah, I don't think but there's already a few new faces that I haven't seen yet. So it looks like people are coming in. We'll see.
Yeah. And in a different perspective, I also think that there are maybe some risks when it comes to the idea behind this challenge being slightly taken towards different directions, and given the fairly like high level details that you have right now into the challenge, that people will, or proposers will, come up with different ideas than what you have in mind for when the challenge was created. So, and maybe we're going to end up with a lot of proposals for let's say, I don't know, KYC solutions for Cardano, which is maybe not what you had in mind. So I also see a bit of risk in this respect.
Yeah, that's maybe we should think of maybe for the next fund. I think we'll look at the proposals and start drafting that proposal for the next fund. So as the people start writing proposals, we'll have a look at the proposals they write, and then we can work on the next fund's proposal for this challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely gonna happen now. You have a good point there. Okay. Yeah, so far I haven't really seen accountants. It's just lawyers, but that's good.
I know I know an accountant, and I'm tempted to tell him about Cardano, but then again, I think it depends very much on the country. So if you're not accustomed to the all the accounting practices from the country of that said proposer, it's very difficult for you to offer services if you're not a big multinational company that can, you know, have offices in several locations. And also, I think that the size right now is probably not that important for the big companies to notice it, and the budgets are fairly small, so it's going to take some time before they jump onto the ship.
Well, I also think like from the US perspective, yeah, like everybody always thinks about taxes, but before you kind of sort of get into the what I'm gonna call the accountant range, that's part of what the lawyer is supposed to help you do in a sense is have at least an understanding so that they can help you with your strategy in terms of organization. And then once you kind of feel like you've gotten the best organization, then, I mean, the tax implications are considered in that, even though like at the accountant level, you're really just handling it as opposed to the strategy, whereas like at the lawyer level, you're supposed to help with the strategy before they even get to that point, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So in that way, it makes more sense that you're having lawyers who are more interested because when you're dealing with a startup, you're really in the phase of that strategy phase.
Yes. Okay.
Good point.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good to know. It's good to know. Yeah, we are not experts in the field, but we saw a need for this. So
Oh, absolutely. I was really glad to see it because I am a lawyer, but that's not why I was even in like Catalyst or got introduced to Catalyst. And then I happened to see, last fund, the legal challenge. And then when I went through, there was pretty much only like, or I guess it was advocacy, whatever. One challenge that I really thought personally, I thought was going to like move the needle. And so I was glad to see that I got funded. I'm pretty sure it was pretty obvious to everybody else. It was the Argentinian one. And so that's why for this one, I was like, okay. I mean, I personally am like focused. I love the idea of focusing on infrastructure. That's my thing. And then, being a licensed attorney here in the US, I was like, oh, I can definitely see how we could at least start to move the needle, at least from the US perspective, and then hopefully use it to scale out, which is why it'd be really helpful to talk to other, attorneys in other jurisdictions.
yes.
Yes, actually, I think the good idea is to start from somewhere, and if an idea is good, everybody will follow that in the end of the day. So yeah.
And if I can add something else, coming from a legal background myself, I'm really looking forward to maybe, I don't know, 1 to 5 years down the road when there will be a better distinction between, the funding categories, because now seeing how, the legal and the financial budgets are all mixed together into like one big melting pot. And on the other hand, all the technical aspects have such a strict way of funding. You have NFTs, you have metaverse, you have bridges towards other chains, and so on and so forth. So there's definitely a different way of seeing them here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having more emphasis on these financial and legal aspects, but obviously separate and to a better level of detail.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Look, the other way, like that other thing I explained, where you add yourself as a budget item on someone else's proposal. That's also another approach. If you once you start making connections in the space, then you can propose in other challenges by adding yourself as a budget item. So that's another way, because we don't know if this challenge will, but I'm sure it will be here next fund. There's the community is definitely, they need help with this. So, but like you said, maybe in the future we can, if it becomes huge, and as I think, if more accountants join, then maybe they can possibly be a split or two challenges.
This is a good idea. I mean, I guess, I don't know if anybody's thinking like I'm thinking, in the sense of, I guess when you're like, this is kind of like your first funded proposal in a sense, I'm like, oh, can I keep my budget lower, you know, blah, blah. But like, now I feel like maybe because there's not more players, and if you come out with a bigger, sort of more relevant project, that's just what it is. And if you have to ask for a bigger budget, you just ask for a bigger budget.
Yeah, it gets tricky when you have a big project. It actually makes sense to break it up, because you don't want to ask for a huge amount. Then the chances of getting funded is much lower. So you want to break it up a little bit, but then yeah, you
For
can
sure.
maybe
For sure, phases. But I
Yes,
just meant like,
yes.
even in terms of your phase reach. I mean, in the sense of, I'm just thinking aloud in the sense of like, right now you're talking about, like, you guys seem to be really about these accountants. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I just meant like, okay, talking to, or just including like a speaking with, well, actually I was already considering that. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
I would imagine that some of the tools that could be put into this category would be around the tools that would be integrated into wallets to help with transaction monitoring and taxation for those things, with the pricing oracle and some nice easy readouts of things.
Yes.
There's community-wide projects that could be put in here that are less legal oriented and more would be along the taxation front. So for the individual retail person.
That can also be proposed in, because that would be a product in a sense. So you could propose that in dApps and products, but yeah, I suppose if there's not much going on here, then you can propose it here. So I think you've got two choices there. If it's a product.
So you think that what I described would be less appropriate for this category then?
No. I think you actually have a choice.
I mean, it's kind of permissionless and decentralized and things, and people will put stuff in categories, but whether or not. But
yes.
if you're a CA, if you're looking at the appropriateness of a proposal for a certain category,
yeah,
then that one might not be appropriate. You might want to vote that one down, or at least give the feedback that this needs to be in a different category, because what we're talking about here is actually support for funded proposals that need that kind of help.
yes,
So if you're going to put together, maybe standard contract forms or things that could be applicable for registration, licensing of certain products in certain jurisdictions, that would be something that could be helpful, right?
yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, if you build something that integrates with the wallet, I would say you can choose. I mean, it will be applicable here or in dApps, because it would be like a product. Some people could use it. So
But more likely to get funded here.
Yeah, because I don't think there's going to be much.
I know the other one's like, oh my God, it's going to just be so inundated.
Yeah, let's see. I think this is the smallest. Me and Miroslav were in depths in Fund 7. We started out in depths, and that's like the biggest challenge. And now we're in this challenge. So. But yeah, we saw a need, yeah. But I think it's actually nice to have a smaller group to work with. But let's see. I think we might get some action as the challenge, as people start writing proposals.
Okay, so I have a question just about the kind of proposal process. Like, for instance, okay, so you can make a proposal until when's like the last day you can put in a proposal?
Let me have a look. I think it's final deadline is 30 June.
Oh, that's right, June 30th. I think I just heard Felix say something like that. Okay.
Yes.
So like, for instance, anything in my proposal can complete, like I can put up my proposal and anything can change until that day.
Yes, yeah, you can make changes until the 30th.
Okay.
Actually, that is the idea, that you put proposal in idea scale, and then challenge team can maybe give you some guidance, or I will say some
Yes.
instructions or some ideas, what to change, what to, modify,
Yeah, the community.
the idea that you put proposal. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, okay, so here's another thing. I know they were talking about like an idea scale. When you first put it in, it's an idea and then it's a proposal. So that, I have to admit, has been confusing to me.
Yeah,
So like the quote unquote idea versus a proposal. So I guess at what point is it actually a quote unquote proposal? Is it the same thing as like when I go in and like add an idea into the challenge section? Is that what officially makes it a proposal, or is there something I need to do? Like, I still haven't quite understood that.
the proposals only start tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow.
So what is on idea scale now? It's the insight phase.
Okay.
So people propose like solutions. If they see something that needs changing in the whole process, they would suggest. That's what I think it is for. But proposal writing only starts tomorrow.
Okay, I see. So tomorrow is when we start putting it in. The earlier, then you guys will actually make, like, as the people who set the challenge, you'll actually say like, we think this is how you can make a stronger proposal.
Yes. And the community will also comment. So if you put it in early, people will start commenting on the proposal,
Okay.
ask a question.
Okay, so that you can keep like shifting it as need be.
Yeah.
All right, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Let me share. Oh, no, I can't share it here. I'll drop this in the Telegram.
What you need to share?
That calendar. But I think they will share this tonight as well. Okay, wait, I'll wait for tonight because maybe they update it. What else is any other questions about the process? Maybe calendar's process.
Yeah, was there like a little bit of a reason why? Because I noticed, I think it was this one where it stated everything will be rounded up, like we want it in this dollar increments. Was there like a reason for that?
Yeah, I don't know the reason behind that. It was really weird. I think maybe it's to do with when they allocate the funds to the challenges, or when they decide, okay, these challenges were voted for. On that day, they look at the exchange rate, and then maybe that's when the rounding off happens. That's what I imagine. I don't know. So,
Okay, and then when you're writing it in, you're asking in terms of how much ADA you think you'll need,
yes.
or right?
No, you're asking USD. That, just to be clear, that rounding off is not for proposals, it's for challenge settings. So they won't change the number you ask for in your proposal. That,
Oh,
that
okay.
amount's going to stay the same. And you should ask
Okay.
in US dollars.
Okay, thank you.
Check something.
Okay, maybe some.
Thanks for having the breakout room. I'm going to drop out. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you at the thing in an hour. All right, bye.
Yes. Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah.
Thank you. I guess we'll pop off too. So thanks for your help. I really appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Ciao.
Okay. Now we will
Yes.
start